Okay, I'm just going to share the book page again that we were doing before our connection was disturbed. Okay, so always remember this condition that the induced armature voltage EA will be approximately equal to the terminal voltage of the motor at no load conditions, because at no load conditions the motor will draw negligible current, and that in the armature, and that negligible current is IA. Another way to understand this is, we already know this relationship that the torque of the armature is equal to K times phi times the current in the armature. So at the no load conditions, you want the torque to be close to zero, and that is only possible if IA is close to zero, because the flux circuit is independent. The flux or the field circuit is over here, and the field circuit is dependent on the terminal voltage, which is constant, and the field resistance, which is also constant. So you have no control over IF. IF will be there at no load conditions. It will be drawing minimum energy from the supply just to make up for the field. The armature part, you want close to zero torque. Why close to zero torque? Because there is no mechanical load. So you want very less torque just to rotate the empty armature, which has no mechanical load, and the only force it requires is just to make up for the minimal friction of the ball bearings. Other than that, there is no mechanical load, so that minimal torque is almost close to zero, and that is only possible if IA is close to zero, because you have no control over the flux. The flux circuit is over here. So another way to think about this is, why IA is equal to zero is because you don't need any torque on a not loaded machine or unloaded machine. So if IA is equal to zero, that means there is no drop over here, and all of the terminal voltage is being opposed by EA as per that equation that we have seen, and that means that EA is approximately equal to VT, and it is also opposing in polarity, so that will drive the IA close to zero. So when someone says find the speed of this motor when its input current is 100 ampere, you just apply this proportionality, that EA is proportional to omega m when the flux is constant. So EA is proportional to omega m. So you can have two operating points on the machine, EA1 and omega m1, and EA2 and omega m2, and you can find the relationship between the speed of the motor and when the current is 100 amperes. So in the first case, you know that one operating point is no load point. At no load point, EA1 is equal to the supply voltage, which is 250 volts. Okay, as we have already seen under the unloaded conditions, EA1 is equal to 250 volts, which is VT, and at that point the no load speed was 1200. And the second operational point, you have to find omega 2 when the input current is 100 amperes. So when the input current is 100 amperes, you want to find the value of EA, and I know that when the input current is 100 amperes, then the value of IA is 95 amperes. Okay, so when IA is equal to 95 amperes, I can find the value of EA. VT is equal to EA plus IA RA. Okay, and I know the value of RA is 0.06 ohms, and IA is 95. Okay, and I want to find the second operational point, EA2, and this one is constant. So what is EA2? It is equal to 250 minus 95 into 0.06. So if you do this, the maths, 250 minus 95 into 0.06, so you get something like 244.3. So this is your second operational point. Okay, so if you substitute this, because we do not need to consider this K and phi for these parts, because K is also constant, it is dependent on the construction of the machine, and phi is also constant because the field circuit is not independent of the load of the machine. Whether the machine is loaded or fully loaded, it doesn't affect the field part of the circuit. which is only dependent on the terminal voltage and the field resistance. Okay, so K is constant, phi is constant. So just that leaves us that EA will be directly proportional to omega m. So you take two operational points and you make the relationship that EA1 over EA2 would be equal to omega 1 over omega 2. So one of the operational point you took for the unloaded condition, and in the unloaded condition EA was approximately equal to VT, because armature current then goes to zero because you do not need any torque in the machine, and at that no load speed was 1200 rpm. And in the new conditions, when the input current was changed to 100 amperes, then the armature induced EMF falls to 244.3, and we find the omega 2, and omega 2 comes out to be 1173. Okay, so this 1173 means that this is definitely lower than the no load speed. That means the motor became loaded. Okay, so when the input current becomes 100 amperes, that means 5 ampere was still going in the field as in the no loaded case, but now 95 ampere was beginning to go in the direction of the armature, as we saw over here. So when this new current in the armature becomes very high, it increases from 0 to this value. That means the motor was becoming loaded. And we know that under the loaded condition, the RPM falls. And this is exactly what we saw, that the RPM fell from 1200 at no load speed to 1170. Okay, so similarly, you can do part number B and part number C. And one of the operational points you will have to know, or you will already be knowing. And normally you take it as the no load operating point, and the other one you take as the loaded operating point. So over here, this numerator part is the no load operating point, and this one is the loaded operating point. So you can draw the proportionality and you can easily find this. Okay, so this is the end of the lecture. Class leader, please send me the attendance. Okay, thank you very much. Allah.